Hey, it's Greg here with MaritimeGardening.com. I'm doing another one of these videos where I talk about something or show you something I did wrong that I should have done right for the sake of those using similar methods facing similar conditions. When you've got these plastic domes and different kind of implements on your garden and it snows, you have to get the snow off, especially if the temperature is variable where you live and the snow gets crusty. You can be, when the snow first comes down, you just brush it off with a broom. But if you let it stay down for a few days, if it warms up or if you get a freezing rain or anything like that, then it gets this really hard crust on top, and it's labor intensive to remove the snow. So I was out just the other day trying to get the snow. I mean, I had snow over everything. Everything was covered in snow, and it took me the better part of an hour, I think, maybe even a little bit longer than that, to get all the snow off. You can see here it's got a crust to it, right? I'd done the domes first, but I mean, this was probably Tuesday or Wednesday. I can't remember exactly. It was Saturday when I was recording this yesterday, Saturday, March the 10th. And I came home and it snowed a lot. We had a really intense dump of snow, and I came home and I had to shovel my way into the driveway, and I knew I should have gone out and addressed the garden immediately, but I just had a long day at work and I just didn't want to deal with anything. So I went inside and had a beer and had supper, and then I fell asleep. Kind of almost in that order. So and then the next day I should go up there, and I didn't do it the next day, and then the next day I didn't do it, and the next day. So I mean, we probably had 2 or 3 days of actual half decent sun. And instead of my gardens getting warm, they probably got colder because they would have been covered in snow and stuff. And another reason to get this off, you see how I'm sort of prying it off with a shovel. There's a couple spots there. This one I'm shoveling here, it's got just like, instead of a dome, it's just got these plastic rectangles. They're a lot easier to make, they're a lot cheaper to make, they're a lot easier to store. But one drawback is that they don't shed snow at all. And unless you're really clever in getting them to take a different form, they even hold water, and it can really build up on them. If you go out immediately, all you got to do is lift them up and pop everything off. But when you're doing it like this, you run the risk of damaging the plastic, and you have to repair them. I guess for that matter, if you do have to repair your plastic, instead of replacing all of it, I find just using that tuck tape, that Vaporberry tape, it's usually red or blue. You can get it at a hardware store. That stuff seems to stick really well and doesn't seem to come off from rain and water stuff. If the plastic is dry when you stick it on, that's the best way to repair, in my opinion, the best way to repair your plastic. Anyway, the point of this video is don't let yourself get to it. So I had to do this for about 3 more of those, and I spent a good deal of time dealing with the domes as well. It was just labor intensive and totally unnecessary. If I'd just gone out that day, if I'd spent 5 minutes, it would have taken 5 minutes to deal with all of this, maybe 10, instead of like an hour and a half or however long this took. I mean, I had to go inside and take a shower. I'd sweat right through all my clothes. So now you might ask, why am I using this little wimpy shovel that is, it's basically the only plastic shovel I have that's the right size for this sort of thing. It's what they call for people that don't live in winter places, a car shovel. It's a shovel you keep in the trunk of your car for when things go wrong and you need a shovel for snow, right? You got to help dig somebody out, or you get plowed in by a snowplow. Whatever, who cares? Anyway, that's why I'm using this little tiny wimpy plastic shovel. I actually have a longer plastic shovel, and I broke the handle the day I came home and had to shovel my way in. I broke the handle shoveling. Oh my. Anyway, another thing, if you're trying to do this, if the snow won't come off, I mean, I really went at it there and banged on it and tried to get it. I was shooting a video and I wanted to complete that section, but I got a couple other sections in my garden that I did afterward. Same sort of deal. If it's not coming off, just get the plastic clear that you can get clear, brush it off, and if you have a good sunny day and the sun can actually heat the stuff underneath the plastic, it will melt, because there'll be heat generating underneath there. It will melt loose the ice that's bonded to your. What's happening here is you got the plastic underneath the ice, and there's some imperfections in the plastic, and that allows the water and frozen ice to sort of grab onto it a bit instead of it being 100% slick. And I mean, if your plastic's brand new, this probably won't stick on like this. But my plastic here is, I think this is the 2nd or 3rd season with these plastic rectangle heater things. So I tried to lift it. Oh no, she doesn't want to go. No, she's gonna break. I said, what am I gonna do? And I opted for just I think stomping on it. That's fine. Yeah, that seemed to work. But anyway, that's not good for it. You know, like, so the other ones that I was working on later that day, they were being really stubborn. They weren't coming off. So I just got them, you know, as loosened up. I loosened up as much stuff as I could, and I got the plastic as clear as I could get it, and I just left it. And it's Sunday now, Sunday morning, the day after. I'm recording this right now. I'm going to put it up later today. But I'll let the sun shine on those, and I'll go out and deal with them this afternoon. Hopefully they'll be, I might even try earlier than that, maybe a few hours. I also noticed it had been a sunny day. This is probably around 3 or 4 in the afternoon when I'm shooting this, so the sun was starting to, you know, go down, but not go down, but you know, it wasn't shining right on me. But all of those domes, they had condensation in the top. So I'm very curious to see what's going on underneath the plastic there. I haven't checked it yet. By this time last year I had a few things planted under plastic, but it's just been an exceptionally cold and not a lot of sunlight type winter, and I just haven't felt inspired, or I haven't felt the impulse to go plant. I mean, last week the soil in my cold frames was frozen solid, so it just didn't feel like it was, you know, the right time to start planting. Maybe this week I'll sow some seeds under the domes and do a video and check to see what the state of the soil is in there. But anyway, for now, that's where we are. I'm trying to get the sun in and get things warmed up, and hopefully I can get something sown by the middle of March. That seemed to work for me last year. So I hope you found that interesting. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, and until next time, get out there, get at it, have fun in your garden. Thanks for watching.